Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Infinite Crypto Cruisers. Hey there, folks. My name is Brad Varnell, and this is the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel. And I am so excited tonight to share something pretty brand new, even to me, with all of you. Now, I'm curious. I know there's a handful of you that are watching. Do me a favor and throw a one in the chat if you are already a part of what I'm going to be talking about. Those of you that know. So throw a one in the chat if you already kind of know what's going on here, and throw a two in the chat if you have no idea what I'm going to be talking about tonight, but it sounded exciting and you're kind of newer to the channel and wanted to see what was going on. There we go. There's a few ones. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning, Daniel. I got one of my best friends in the world, my son, on here tonight that is admin in the chat and making sure that everything goes smooth in the chat. So far, it looks like everybody kind of knows a little bit about what's going on. Diamonds or dust? Great, brand new. So I'm going to do something slightly different, folks, because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people that have never seen the channel before that watch this video. So for those of you that know me pretty well, bear with me, but I want to give you guys all just a real quick couple-minute overview as to who Brad Varnell is and why I'm doing this. So I was born into a family that had a mom that was security-minded, thought you should get a good job, you should get a good education, you should work for somebody else for the rest of your life. My father, on the other hand, was an entrepreneur. He was a risk taker. He wanted to build businesses. He wanted to create financial freedom. And at a very young age, I chose my dad's path. From the time I was as early as I can remember, my dad and I were absolute best friends. He is no longer with us, unfortunately, but he would have absolutely loved this, and he would have been right here by my side working with this AI trading algorithm. But knowing that about me, I struck out in life at an adult age, 16, 17, 18 years old, looking for ways to create financial freedom. My dad always told me that there's lots of people that have money. There's lots of people that have time. Very few people have both. And that's still true to this day. I have some very, very wealthy friends. Some of the friends that I know that make some of the most money in the world don't have a whole lot of time. I have a great, great friend that's a doctor, and he's working 5-6 days a week. He's got incredible wealth, but he's got to be there a lot of the hours. He's putting in 40-50 hours a week at his practice. Now someday he'll ride off into the sunset, but I'm 52. I don't know exactly how old he is, but he's older than me. I know, probably, I'm going to guess 58, somewhere in that ballpark. But long story short, he'll probably be able to retire way earlier than somebody just doing normal stuff. But my point is, in order to have freedom in your life and be able to go do what you want to do, when you want to do it, with who you want to do it with, you have to have income that's flowing into your wallet, whether you're there or not. And so I spent a lot of my adult life trying to figure out how to do that. And back in 2017, I had a friend that was buying Ethereum at about $9, and a little company called Ant Shares, which is now Neo, was around at 25 cents. Over the next year, that little thing that we call Ethereum went up to, I believe, around $1,400. And my buddy had bought 5,000 Ant Share tokens that literally went up to just under $200. So I don't know, or excuse me, yeah, $200 a piece. So his 5,000 Neo tokens became worth $1 million. And I don't know if he got in at the very bottom at 25 cents, but I guarantee you he didn't spend more than $1 or $2 a piece on those. So even if he spent $2 a piece times 5,000, that's 10 grand. And that turned into $1 million for him. Long story short, he begged me during that time frame to jump into crypto, and I didn't. But in the beginning of 2018, when I saw that he had turned 10 grand into $2.2 million, I was all in. And for the last 9 years, all I've lived, ate, breathed, and slept is crypto. I could ask my beautiful bride to come out here and confirm that for you. And she would tell you, man, she's been sick and tired of listening to me talk about crypto after all these years. But it finally created some financial freedom in my life. In the bull run of 2020 going into 2021, there was about a 6-month period where I made more money in those 6 months than I made in most of the rest of my adult life combined. Now, one of the things that I did when I was younger was I did some network marketing, and I worked with some companies because I loved the people helping people model. And so when I did well in crypto, I wanted to pay it forward, and I believed it was a way that people could create financial freedom in their life. So I started this YouTube channel back in 2021. We are a little over about 5 years old now. And I did that because I wanted to pay it forward and I wanted to help other people create financial freedom. So that's where my heart is. And the reason that we're going to be talking about Polar Tensor today, and I'm going to get over to the slideshow here in just a minute. The reason I'm going to be talking about this AI trading algorithm is because for those of you that are crypto savvy, you understand that the last couple of years hasn't been like it was back in 2021 and back in 2018. This bull market has looked totally different. And if you're anything like me and you've been waiting for an altcoin season to happen, it hasn't. And so I was looking for ways to create passive income in my life and create an income stream that wasn't dependent upon crypto going up or down. And this is something that I have found about a month and a half ago that I am super excited about and that I want to share with you. So with that, let me get over here and share my screen. And the company that we're going to be talking about tonight is called Polar Tensor, the future of algorithmic trading. Guys, I'm going to rush through this. This presentation can take an hour. It's late. It's already 9:15 on the West Coast. For any of you that are watching this over in Texas or on the East Coast, it's 11, 12 o'clock. So my goal here is to not give you absolutely every single detail. My goal is to give you enough information that you're excited to get some more information. So if we were doing this Zoom at 1 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon, I would take a little bit longer. I'm going to go through this quick. I'm going to probably even skip a slide or two. But by the end of this, you're going to have an idea of whether or not this is something that you might want to pursue for your financial future, for your family's financial future. And I also want to mention here, I know that a lot of you might have invited guests to come take a look at this presentation. So I want to make it very clear, if you do decide to join up, there's going to be a referral link in the description of this video. That's my referral link. Please do not use my referral link unless you were invited here by me or unless you're a part of the YouTube channel. But if you were invited here by one of your friends that is working with me, please make sure you go back to the person that invited you to this video and get with them and make sure if you decide to enroll with this program that you use their affiliate link. Thank you. All right, so with that, Polar Tensor, what do we got going on here? The other thing, real quick, this is important. Risk disclaimer, the crypto market involves significant risk and may not be suitable for all individuals. The value of cryptocurrencies can be highly volatile and may fluctuate rapidly. This disclaimer is intended to provide clarity on the risks associated with blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, and the services offered by Polar Tensor. You are acknowledging and agree to the following risk disclosures. Crypto is volatile. It's like a heart attack chart. Now, if you're invested in the right ones, it has a tendency to go up over time. But man, if you haven't been down 75 to 95% on one of your crypto purchases, it's coming. You haven't been in crypto long enough. So crypto is volatile. Security risks. There's lots of different things that can happen with companies where they can get hacked. An employee could try to run off with the money. With Polar Tensor, one of the reasons that I'm actually sharing it with you is there's no guarantee of profit. So if you're looking at any other type of investment platform and you hear the words like invest $2,500 and we'll guarantee you 1.8% a day. Run. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's not legitimate. There's probably never $1 of trading that goes on. It's probably 100% the new money coming in is flowing out to the old people that have invested to pay them, and they keep doing that until they decide to walk off with millions. So anything that guarantees a daily profit is probably a scam, probably a Ponzi, isn't going to be around for very long. This trading software loses. It actually lost today. Now, last week, it didn't have any losing days. The week before that, it didn't have any losing days. And then it didn't lose on Tuesday or Thursday or Friday of the week before. So we had like 12 winning days in a row, but today it lost a little. Now, it won more on Monday than it lost today, but I had a couple of people message me going, "Hey, Brad, the software lost money today. Is that okay? Like, is that, what's going on?" And I said, "Man, I love it. I absolutely love the days when it loses money because it proves that it's real." Now, once again, this is not financial advice, guys. You got to do your own due diligence, and you have to decide if your risk and tolerance aligns with something like this. We're not here to convince you to jump in, but I just want you to have all of the facts. There's market and regulatory risk. There's liquidity and technological risks. So basically, I say all of this to basically tell you, hey, we're not guaranteeing anything here. I'm going to go through these slides. I'm going to show you how over the last 20 months, this software algorithm has created around 22% a month in profit. But previous results do not guarantee performance in the future. So hopefully I got that out of the way. Next slide. Felix Bick. This is the gentleman that created this AI software. Not going to talk a whole lot about him, but he was born in Hamburg, Germany. Now his offices are out of Shanghai and Hong Kong. And he created this algorithmic trading platform, this software, and it's done incredibly well. And a couple of months ago, he decided to launch it to the public. So next thing here, the Polar Corporation, I'm going to skip over that slide. Part of his goals is he wants to be a major crypto market player, global customer reach, multiple projects on one network. So what I'm going to be showing you tonight isn't the only thing that is going on, but that's one of the goals. I get people sometimes that say, hey, if this is going so incredibly well for him, why is he offering it to us? And the best answer is because in order to grow into a major crypto market player and have global customer reach, he needs a massive, massive network. And he also wants to help people. One of the cool things that I really love about him is a lot of platforms like this have a $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 minimum level of investment in order to participate. You'll see as we go through these slides, that's not the case with Polar Tensor. You can get started and invest almost nothing and get rolling in this thing. So the next thing here, the Polar Tensor Corporation, I'm not once again going to go over all of this. Polar Tensor is what we're talking about, but there is Polar Money, which is going to help bank the unbankable and is going to have a debit card associated with it and give people an opportunity in a lot of the countries that aren't, first world countries like America and places. They're going to allow them to have a lot more control over their finances. We've got Polar Research here too, but those aren't what we're here for. Next, companies and licenses. This is important for those of you analytical people that really want to study and take a look and make sure that everything, all the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed. That's not me. I did a bunch of research to make sure that I wasn't sharing a scam with you, that I wasn't sharing a Ponzi scheme, that there's proof of trades and that they're actually doing what they say they're doing. But I know these licenses exist, but I'm not going to lie. I haven't gone and researched them, but you are more than welcome to. So there's licenses in the US, Europe, Panama, Hong Kong, Nigeria, and more coming along the way. Next, this is another thing. This KPMG audited. Um, the entire legal setup of this company has been reviewed and verified by KPMG, one of the big four global auditing firms. Once again, this is on the website. You can pull this up and take a closer look at this document if you're one of those people that really wants to look at all of the nuts and bolts of everything. I do want to make it real clear, guys. I'm not really looking at the chat right now because I kind of want to get through this. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see that it's there. But I will do some Q&A towards the end. So don't fret if I'm not looking at your chat and acknowledging it right now in real time. I promise you I will come back, and we should have a little bit of time to do some Q&A. So Polar Tensor, Polar One, is a neural network algorithmic trading system powered by advanced artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms. Polar Tensor executes high-frequency trades with institutional-grade precision across global cryptocurrency markets. So one of the things that really attracted me to this software is it doesn't use leverage. So it's not blowing up accounts. It's not doing anything on 10x, 25x, 100x leverage. It's literally buying spot and selling spot. And high frequency, when it says high frequency, last week, Monday through Friday, it did 138,000 trades. So it averages anywhere from 20 to 50,000 trades a day, a lot of times in milliseconds. Sometimes it might be take a minute or two, but most trades are not very long term. It's in and out, in and out, in and out all day long. Institutional grade security and real-time analytics. So if you have a Polar Tensor account, you can actually go into your dashboard and you can see what is happening a bunch of the time. Now, folks, that can be faked. There's a lot of these investment platforms that have never done a dollar's worth of trading, yet you go back into their back office and you can see a stream of trades 10 miles long. Felix has actually opened up his Binance account to us and shown us the 5,500 BNB staked in his Binance account. He's shown us the balance, which is over $100 million that is in his trading account that he is trading with. And he's shown us that he's kept up with over $100 million a month in trading volume in order to get Binance's absolute top level and the absolute lowest amount of fees. So that's why I'm sharing this with you guys, is because I've seen proof of the trading. I don't know, what time is it? 9:23. I don't think I'm going through this fast enough. So the algorithmic development, it started in 2018. He actually deployed this software onto FTX. For those of you that are in the know, FTX spectacularly went out of business in 2022. Luckily, he had been taking profits and moving enough money off the platform to where when it collapsed, he was able to start over. But before he started over, from 22 to 24, he went through a refinement phase. Took a year and a half off to improve and perfect the software. And in 2024, he launched the software again on Binance in April of 2024. And then our global launch to the public happened this year. I want to say it was February 14th or February 17th was when we were able to become a part of this trading algorithm. So he's been doing this since 2024, and he has proof. I'm going to show you the chart here shortly, but he's averaged the trading software has averaged 22% a month over the last 20 months. So let's go ahead and move on to here. I'm not going to show that, but I do want you guys to watch this quick video. So this is actually one of the recordings. It's got a voiceover now, but this is one of the times about a month and a half, 2 months ago, when Felix actually opened up his Binance account and then opened up the trading software and kind of showed the proof of the pudding. So just watch this quick 3-minute video, please.
Hello, and welcome to a deeper dive into our Polar One AI. We've been developing cutting-edge trading algorithms since 2018 and had our first major success in 2020 with AI-powered models. After that, our software ran successfully until the FTX collapse in 2022. We used the time after that to improve our software for over 1.5 years, and it's been running on Binance since April 2024. Let's take a look at all of this. First, we'll start with our Polar One AI. Here on the dashboard, we can see the account balance, the P&L of today, the average weekly profit, and the performance metrics. Our software trades Monday to Friday, so since today is Saturday, the P&L for today is 0 USDT as no trades have been executed. Further down, we have various visualizations of the statistics, including capital growth, which we'll revisit in a bit. The trading pair's performance shows how frequently each trading pair is traded and how much profit it has accumulated. Now, let's head over to the Binance Assets overview. Here, we can see the same amount of USDT in both our software and Binance. The balance on Binance is higher because we have BNB on the account for VIP status, which gives us the lowest possible fees. The software only reflects USDT and the percentage earned on it. In the chart, we can see how the account balance has changed over time. This is shown both on Binance and in our software. Next, let's look at the P&L analysis. Here, we can check how the account performed over the last 7 days and 30 days. You may notice that the numbers aren't exactly the same as in the software. That's because of the BNB in the account, which is used for VIP status. Since the BNB price fluctuates, it's also factored into the P&L, which is why the numbers differ in the software. Let's now take a look at the order history. Since we don't use leverage, the software only trades on spot. Spot orders are buy or sell orders at the current market price with immediate delivery. Here, we can see various orders along with their details. If we check the order history in the software, we can see the same orders as in Binance. In the trade history, you can get a much clearer idea of how many trades the software executes. Over the last 6 months, there have been more than 250,000 pages of trades. Let's take a deeper look at how the decision for each trade is made. If we click on a trade, we can see 100 experts. These are 100 independent AI models, each trained on different data. The software now receives the price data for this pair, in this case for Solana through the Binance API. Each of these models analyzes the data and provides a value between -1 and +1. -1 means the model concludes a strong sell, and +1 means a strong buy. For this trade, we can see that 87 out of 100 models were included. The ones excluded are considered outliers, or models that are excessively strong in one direction. At the agreement stage, we can see the results: 47 buys, 17 holds, and 23 sells, leading to a median of 0.236. The threshold for holding is between -0.150 and +0.150. Since the median of 0.236 is above 0.150, it results in a buy. Now, let's look at another trade, this time with Bitcoin. We can see that 95 models were included with a median of 0.187, which again leads to a buy. Finally, here's another buy for Ethereum. All of these decisions are made in milliseconds. Thanks for your attention, and we hope you enjoyed this deeper look into our Polar One AI.
Awesome. That is pretty cool. And I noticed in the chat, thank you, Lonnie. Lonnie from Charts and Labs has an incredible YouTube channel. You guys would really, really enjoy some of the things that he is doing in his YouTube channel. When I first shared Polar with him, his first response was no thanks. So just like you were talking here, Murphy Dallas, Lonnie had seen way too many scams, and he really was pretty hard to convince, if you will, that Polar was different. But what I loved about Lonnie is he was open-minded enough to keep looking. So after he saw the first presentation like this, it was a solid 2 or 3 weeks before he came back, and then he continued to just keep taking a closer and closer look. But he is now a part of Polar Tensor. So full disclosure, he loves it now too. And so of course he's going to say good things about it. But one of the things that I love about him is his integrity and his morals. And he is not here to sell you on anything. He's just here to help and answer questions. And I appreciate you so much, Lonnie, for being here. And if you want to, Lonnie, take a copy and paste your YouTube channel link into the chat. I would love for all of you that are watching today to go subscribe to Lonnie's channel and take a look. He is a professional trader, so he is doing some trading on his own outside of this. He loves this for the set it and forget it, but he also does his own trading, and he's an expert trader. So he has a lot more insight into what's going on here than I do. So Lonnie, feel free to throw the link to your YouTube channel into the chat here. Hopefully it should hyperlink people. If it doesn't, I'll get a hyperlink in the description after this video is over, because I appreciate you very much. But on that note, here is the historical 22% month average. Now, one of the things you guys got to see, like, look at this. In January, it was only 8.9%. But look at this. Here in October of 2024, it was 39%. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it, buddy. So it looks like Dave P got that into the group. That should be a hyperlink into Lonnie's channel. So if you can go subscribe there real quick without missing too much of the information, go for it. But that link will be there, the whole YouTube video, and we'll make sure that it's in the description of this video too. But the thing that I love about this chart is, once again, it shows that it's real. This isn't one of those Ponzi schemes that you're mentioning, Murphy Dallas, where they tell you, hey, you invest $2,500 and we're going to pay you 1.8% every single day. That's one of the fastest ways to know that a platform is not legit, because nobody can make 1%, 1.8% a day every single day. It's just impossible. Real traders all do some losing. So you can see here, some months have been spectacular. Some months haven't been as good, 12%. But overall, 22% people, that he has made on the platform. And in the last 16 weeks, I put up a chart where I have made and been able to compound, or 6 weeks, compounded about 20% in the last 6 weeks. So it's been slightly lower than average, but man, even 20% in 6 weeks is pretty phenomenal. And I'm going to break out a compound calculator here in a couple of minutes and show you guys a couple of examples. But that is the performance. February was back. The next chart here for February of 2025 was back up. I think it was back up around 22%. We actually had a 7.5% week last week and a 5.5% week the week before last. So the last couple of weeks have been pretty phenomenal. I'm going to go back up here and show you guys how you can utilize this trading software. So it is illegal to pay people out of your deposits. So you're not depositing your money, and those of us that have referred people are getting a chunk of your deposit. That's actually illegal. It would be another red flag if you see somebody that shares something with you and they're like, yeah, if somebody invests $10,000, I get $2,500 bonus. 2,500 of your 10 grand goes to me. That's illegal. It's a huge red flag, and run for the hills. What Polar does in order to make their money, and then also have some that they can pay out to the people that are referring and building the platform, is they take a 10% one-time license fee on deposits. So I can't make it any simpler. If you deposit $100, $10 of that goes to the license fee and gets you into the platform and being able to utilize the trading algorithm with your other $90. If you deposit $1,000, 100 of that goes to the license fee. The other 900 starts trading. Now, a lot of people freak out about that, but I just want to mention, at 7.5%, like last week, 5.5% the week before, you can literally have your 10% back in a couple of weeks. If it's a little bit slower month, maybe it takes 3 or 4 weeks to get back to your original starting amount, but then it's all gravy from there. One of the things that I really like about Polar too is, like I said, they make it easy for just about everybody to get started. I mean, so even some of you, if you're in a third world country and $100 is a lot of money, not financial advice, but how hard would it be to maybe find 5 or 10 people that had 10 or 20 bucks, and you could throw $100 into this, and then you could split the profits? Because if $100 is a ton of money and it takes 10 of you $10, well, then the, 20% of $100 would be about $20 a month, or say, call it, a dollar or two an extra a month. So if $10 is a steep amount of money for you, a dollar or two extra would still be significant. But for those of us in, the United States and the UK or Australia or some, more first world countries, it's still great to be able to get started for a very minimal amount if you want to dip your toe in and test the waters. Now, the other way that the company makes money is they charge a performance fee. Just like if you were to copy trade or use any other person's, trading software, they're not going to give it to you for free. The other thing I love about this is Polar doesn't make money unless we make money. So if there ever happened to be a losing week, so far there's been losing days, but keep our fingers crossed. So far there hasn't been a losing week in those 20 months. But if there ever was a losing week, then there would be no profits to give out to people, and there would be no performance fee for Polar to take. But if you got $100 to $4.99, it's a 50% performance fee. So, let's say it's a 5% week. So you had $100 in there. It made $5. $2.50 of that would go to you. $2.50 of that would go to Polar. If you get up to 500 in your account, then the profit split goes to 60-40 in our favor. If you get to $2,000, it's 35%. So 65 goes to us, 35% goes to Polar. At 8,000, it's 70-30. 25,000, it's 75-25. And at 100,000 or more, it's 80-20. And I've got a few people that are well on their way to this, a couple of people at this 25K level, and some people that are well on their way to this $100,000 level already. We're going to go through a little bit of the compound calculator here in just a moment. Where are we at here? 37 minutes. So deposits and withdrawing. You can deposit money into the platform with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, USDC, and USDT. The USDC and USDT, it's, I want to say USDT, you can use the TRC20 network, the Tron network, or the Ethereum network. On USDC, it's strictly Ethereum. We have 5 different ways that you can deposit money into your account. You can withdraw your funds with USDT or USDC. And I guess something that is pretty important here that I should mention, and I'm going to show it here in a few minutes so you'll have a better idea, but you have a balance account and you have a trading account. All of the money that is in your balance account, which would be the earnings that you get weekly, you have a choice. With those weekly earnings, you can put them over in your balance account. You can withdraw them out to your Coinbase wallet or your MetaMask wallet, and then use them to buy other crypto or take them all the way out to your bank account. Your balance account is available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it only costs a $2 gas fee. Whether you're taking out $50 out of your balance wallet or 50,000, $2 to withdraw your money. So, I would venture to say that Murphy, Dallas, if you've been a part of some of these, you could probably vouch that some of these companies gouge you whenever you want to take out money. They're taking 10, 20% when you want to make withdrawals. One of the things that I love about Polar, just the $2 gas fee. Now, on the original money that's in the trading account, that's slightly different. Because it's there to be trading, there is an early withdrawal penalty. But let's say that you throw $1,000 in your Polar Tensor account, and over the next 6, 7, 8 months, it's tripled. You've got $3,000 in your account, and then something comes up. You have an emergency. The air conditioning in your house breaks down. You have a major car repair. Your daughter's getting married, whatever, and you need that $3,000 and you need it now. If you withdraw your funds out of your trading account during the first 12 months, there's a 10% withdrawal fee. But you literally would have turned $1,000 into $3,000, and when you cashed it out, you would have gotten $2,700 back. And there's no lockup period. A lot of these companies, the other thing they do is you put your funds in, you can't access them for 12 months, even if you want to. And so I love the fact that our money, 100% of it, is always available. But if it's in the trading account, there will be a 10% early withdrawal fee during the first 12 months. From month 12 to 24, that goes down to 5%. And after 24 months, you can pull 100% of your trading account balance out anytime you want for 0 fees. So I think I went over that kind of covers all of that. We'll get there if you have any questions at the end. We went out over how to deposit and withdraw. I'm not going to talk about polar money. What do we got here? We're not going to talk about that either. The crypto cards, that's all kind of the polar money stuff. I'm not going to go into that. There is an app that you can download onto your phone. I do a lot of stuff from my desktop, but there is an app that you can download onto your phone if you want everything handy dandy on your phone. So for those of you that like that, you'll be able to view your balance and do all of that. All right. So for those of you that have been watching and you are interested in potentially on the investing side, whether you have some more questions or whatever, you don't have to stick around for the next part. So what I want to do here real fast. So the next part is introducing the marketing plan and the affiliate rewards. So as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, we're trying to create financial freedom here. We're trying to create passive income. And those of us that love to share with our friends and family and help other people, the company rewards us handsomely for sharing this information and inviting people to look at the Polar Tensor platform. And so I'm going to do a little Q&A right now. And so those of you that have no interest, you might be an investor yourself, but you know you're never going to share this with anybody, no matter how spectacular it is. You don't care about the marketing plan. You don't have to stay on this Zoom or this YouTube video any longer. So for those of you that might be in that category that love the idea, are willing to invest a little bit, but you still have a question or two, right now is your chance. I want to take about 5 minutes for Q&A. Then I'm going to run over, and for everybody else that's interested in knowing how they can benefit from sharing this with others, we're going to do that. So right now, does anybody have any questions regarding what I've talked about so far, regarding the trading, regarding the investing side of things? Does anybody have any questions? Don't be shy. That's what we're here for, folks. No, I'm not gonna wait too long. If there's no questions, I'm just gonna get on with it. I've got a son that's hoping this thing is over in an hour, and I'm doing a pretty good job. I'm getting through it pretty quick. Anyways, yeah. So if there's no questions, we'll just go on to the marketing plan. So where is the next tab? This is just basically that tab here. 1, 2, 3. Where am I? There we go. So the next one. So the other thing I want to share with you guys, this is changing on the 20th, and it's not going to be, you're not going to earn rewards all the way up to 15 levels deep. So we don't need to worry about that page right this second. So I'm going to kind of skip over that. Well, I do want to mention the first 3 levels here. So if this is a little blurry, but for those of you that can see, we get a referral reward on the licensing fee. So if somebody deposits $1,000 into the account, it's illegal for the company to pay us on the trading portion of that, the $900 that goes into trading. But the $100 that goes for the licensing fee, the company actually pays back 70% of that to those of us that are helping build the company and referring people. And the way that they do that, it's a little bit different here in a few days, but on level 1, so I personally brought Lonnie in from Charts and Labs. He's a direct referral. He invested whatever, and let's say I don't know exactly how much he invested in it. I don't want to call out any one person's exact number, but let's just say that Lonnie invested $1,000. 100 of that would be a licensing fee. Therefore, since he's on my level 1, I would make $20 on his $100 licensing fee. Now, if Lonnie refers somebody, which he has, and they make a deposit, say they make $1,000 deposit. So they're on his first level, he makes $20. They're on my second level, so I make 15. It's 15% on the second level. Let's say that that person refers a person in. Now, that's going to be Lonnie's second level. So the person that did the referring would make $20. Lonnie would make the $15, and I would make $10 on that person 3 levels deep. That can become very exciting very quickly. The other way that they pay us, I'm not going to get into this infinity reward. It changes a little bit on 20. But the more exciting way that I like is the residual award. So every single week, when the profits are tallied and people get paid out their profits, we earn a weekly residual. So at this point, let's say for rough numbers that through my referrals and the people that are part of my team, if you will, say we have $100,000 trading. Well, that $100,000 trading is going to create, on average, call it $20,000 worth of profits, and I'm going to make anywhere from 10% down to 4% of that. And then there's going to be some more bonuses and some new things coming out on Friday that are even more exciting than what you see here on level 4 through level 10. But let's just say for average, let's say that it averages out to 5% for me. Well, 5% of 20 grand is how much? I can't even do the math. 10 grand, right? Or excuse me, $1,000. Excuse me. 5% of 20 grand is $1,000. So I would have $1,000 residual income coming in every single month. That would be, call it around $250 a week, just on this residual side. And then guess what? If it's 100 grand this month, a lot of people are compounding because they want to get their accounts up to a significant number. So it's probably going to be 120 grand next month that I'm earning that residual on. Not to mention, like, just over the last 2 weeks, there's been about 40 or 50 people added to the team because now Lonnie and a bunch of other people are referring people. So the team's not going to stay stagnant either. So there's going to be new people coming in and depositing new money. So very, very quickly, that $1,000 a week can turn into $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 a week that is coming in passive through every single week. And this is the most exciting part. The license rewards are cool. They show up in real time. If you were to go create an account tonight and deposit money, that license fee is going to hit my dashboard immediately. These profits get paid out every Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. This is kind of what I call like a little bit of just extra, a little bonus money. We're not really working towards this per se, but it's a pretty nice little bonus. So when you start off, you're at iron. When you get to the bronze level, they kick you a $50 bonus. When they get you to silver, they kick you a $200 bonus. When you get to gold, they kick you a $500 bonus. So right now, I'm actually at gold. On Friday of last week, I hit gold and I got this $500 bonus. At a platinum, you get a $1,500 bonus, and all the way up, it's possible at the diamond level to get a $500,000 bonus. Now, guys, this is down the road. We're looking at probably 2, 3, 4 years down the road before some of this would kick in, unless you're just an absolute massive networker. If you're somebody that's been a part of a networking company and you've built teams of thousands of people, you might be able to come into something like this and blow it out of the water and get there in 6 months or 12 months. But it doesn't really matter when you do. Because, my guy, Jeff Atkins, that shared this with me, we were talking about these, and you realize when you go do the math, when you realize how much money you would be making at this point in time on your weekly residuals, the $500,000 bonus, as silly as it sounds, would just kind of be, it wouldn't even be all that exciting anymore. It would be a small number compared to what you have coming in on a weekly basis. And so with that, guys, that is the presentation. Appreciate your time. Don't go anywhere. I want to show you guys a little bit of a dashboard, and I want to show you some of the marketing tools that we're using. So if you are here and you like the idea, it looks like, Davis Hall here says nice passive income platform. So, if you're not already a part of this, Davis, you're definitely going to enjoy the next part. But even if you are already a part of this, you're going to love what I'm getting ready to show you next. But at this point in time, guys, get back with the person that invited you to this YouTube video, jump on their referral link, and just throw even $100 at it. Now, once again, I want to be real careful. I'm not trying to entice you, not trying to tell you what to do. This is not financial advice. But one of the things that I love about this is no matter how skeptical you are, no matter how sure you are this ain't going to work, is it worth $100 to you to find out? Check out this calculator that I'm going to show you here in a minute. And I think you'll find out that the risk versus reward is pretty spectacular. So with that, let me get out of here. Hopefully I can. I was having some trouble getting out of this thing earlier. Let me see. There we go. Get up here, hit X, and then X this out, get rid of this, and pull up my, nope, wrong one. There we go. All right, guys. So really quickly, what I want to share with you is a couple of marketing tools. So this is my wife's back office. I just made a little bit of an investment for her. I've got the main account. You can see here, she hasn't referred anybody, but you'll be able to see in your back office, you'll be able to see all these numbers, how many direct referrals you have, how many team members you have, your license rewards, your residual awards, all of that there. But remember earlier when I was telling you that you've got a balance and then you've got your trading amount. So this balance over here is where all of your referral commissions go. And then you've got two choices with your trading. With your trading money, you can either go over here to the trading page and you can toggle this auto reinvest button on or off. So if you disable auto invest, what's going to happen is every week on Friday, there's going to be a little pop-up box here that shows you how much you made on your trading profits. And then you're going to click a button and you're either going to add it over here to your balance and withdraw it out to your wallet and maybe to your bank account, or you can compound it. Now, what I will tell you is any money that hits this balance account and then you decide to move it over to trading, there is that 10% licensing fee. But the other thing that I love about this is if you compound your weekly earnings into your trading account, there's no 10% fee. 100% of your profits from the trading can go into your trading account, compound them for free. So I'm going to go back over because I don't want to forget and toggle this back on. But I think that's a really cool situation for people that want to invest, kind of set it, forget it, come back to it in 2-3 months and see how it's doing. That is a great way. So now let's get into the marketing a little bit. So one of the things that I want to do here real quick is let me get over here to my son and I's chat. And then I want to, I knew I should have done this. Sooner. I should have had this pulled up. Here we go. So this is what I call my landing page, my self-replicating site that I send people to that want more information. So if you're a friend of mine on Facebook or you're a friend of mine that, inside my cell phone, you might have received a text from me with a link to this website that says, hey, go take a look at this trading, this AI trading network and see if it's something that you might be interested in. So when they get here, it's a very nice, professional, incredible looking, in my opinion, website. As you scroll down here, you can see the marketing plans. There's a couple of different videos. You can enroll now. And the cool thing about this, if I hit enroll now, you can see here, your partner, Crypto Brad V. That's me. You can see Crypto Brad V up here. So this is personalized to me. But guess what? If you sign up today through my link or through Lonnie's link or through whoever invited you to this this YouTube video's link, you'll literally be able to go to this landing page, and at the very bottom of it, click Get My Site. And I want to do this for you right in front of you with my wife's information. I'm going to create my wife's site. So we're going to go here to referral. We're going to copy this link right here. Her username is Varnell, so that's going to be her referral link. We're going to go back over here to this Polar Tensor website, and we're going to type in her information here real quick. Deanna Varnell. I'm not going to give her phone number out, so I'm going to put my phone number in here. I'm not going to bother with an email address. And then I'm going to hit Create My Site. And check this out. Not only does she have her own referral site, like right here, we'll copy this and check this out, guys. Copy this real quick. Pop up here. Paste that in here. You can see there, Deanna. There it is. And look what happens when you scroll down right here. Personal website of Varnell. So I didn't do that greatly. I meant for it to say Deanna Varnell, but that's okay. But she literally just that quickly has a way to share this with other people. Now we want to get into the good stuff though. These other two links that it generated are amazing. So how do you guys like this? This says AI trading quiz. So you come over here, you pop this link, and this is what comes up. Is our automated AI crypto trading system right for you? Answer 6 quick questions and discover your crypto trading IQ and find out if our trading system is the right fit for you. The reason that this is so awesome is for those of you that want to post on your Facebook or that want to post on a Twitter account or Instagram or something like that. You can use a simple hook like, people are making millions of dollars right now with AI. Are you missing out? Take this quick quiz to find out. Done. And a million other ways that you could create a little hook, a little post on your Facebook, wherever, and then put your link in here because it's personalized to you. Check this out. You guys are going to love this. So you take the free quiz. How familiar are you with cryptocurrency? Let's just say that they say I've bought or sold crypto a few times. Next question. What's your biggest frustration with investing right now? I don't have time to watch the markets. I make emotional decisions and it costs me. I don't know when to buy or sell. My current returns just aren't good enough. I mean, pick it. Like everybody has one of those problems. Let's say that they say, I don't know when to buy or sell. Boom. Next question. What would you like most to achieve in the next 12 months? Generate consistent passive income every month, significantly grow your investment portfolio, replace or supplement their current income, build towards early retirement or financial freedom. We'll go with that one. Next question. Imagine if your portfolio grew 22% last month on autopilot. What would you do? Reinvest the profits and compound it, withdraw some and reinvest the rest, withdraw the gains and start fresh. Honestly, I'm not sure. I'd want guidance. One is, again, a lot of people are going to choose like this, withdraw some and reinvest the rest. Next question. How serious are you about starting a disciplined automated investment strategy? I'm ready to start now. I'm seriously considering it. Still researching my options. Just curious. Let's just say that I go with just curious. What range are you looking to start investing with? So the just curious person would probably say under 1,000. Other people might say more. It doesn't matter. Let's say they say under 1,000. Next question. You are at the starting line, and that's a great place to be. And you guys can play with this a little bit. If somebody's a little bit more serious, they're a little more experienced, they're going to get a slightly different answer than this. But look at this. Based on your answers, you're still in research mode. Our AI trading system may be a great fit for you down the road. And the best thing you can do right now is get educated. And then look at this. See this button right here? Watch the free videos. Guys, this is so amazing. Jeff Atkins set this up for us, and I cannot thank him enough. Watch what happens when I click this button. How amazing is that? It took me right to my wife's site. Look at this personal website of Deanna Varnell. So when she shares this AI trading quiz with people, it takes them to her landing page. And now if they watch some videos and they want to enroll, boom, they enroll. Now it didn't that why didn't that enroll? Let's get there. It was working a minute ago. I just showed you her landing page here a second ago. I'm not quite sure why that isn't going there. It's a little embarrassing. I'll get that fixed. But in general, when they click on get started with Polar Tensor today, that's going to take them right to this original page where when you sign up, this page, it's going to take them to this page. I don't know. I'll ask Jeff why that didn't work, but it's gonna take them right to her page or your page. So guys, then if we go here, this third link is the last thing I want to share with you real quick. This is a compound interest calculator. I fell in love with this thing the other day because I realized how much money drinking coffee at Dutch Bros was costing me. So what this does is you can put the initial investment amount, a weekly investment amount, that's optional, the weekly interest rate that it's going to compound, and then you could do a 6-month, a 1 year, a 2 year, a 3 year duration. So my wife and I, no joke, spend probably in the ballpark of $100 or more a week on coffee. We went to Dutch Bros twice today. We don't go twice every day, but we go twice more often than we should. But I just threw this number in here kind of on the conservative side. So I just put in, we're going to start the account with $20. Now, technically, as you saw in the presentation earlier, it's $100 minimum, but just for the fun of it, I wanted to do, okay, we do $20. And then instead of 100 or more a week, I just went with 75 because I know we spend $75 every week on coffee. And then I went all the way down to a 3% interest rate. Now, remember, folks, if it's averaging 22% a month, it's averaging more like 5% or more a week, but you have the performance fee. So I just did it like with a 60-40 split. 60% of 5% is 3%. So I just did it with, kind of conservative because as the account builds up, I'll go down to a 65 and a 70-30 split. But this just assumes that it would be like a 60-40 split the whole time. And look at what this is in 1 year. $9,220. Now you've invested $3,900. So that doesn't seem like the most amazing return in the world, but it's pretty significant considering that the first week you only had $20, then you had $95, and it actually kind of shows you the progression if you slide down. So you can see here, you only made 60 cents the first week, but then you deposited the other $75 and you're up to $287. And then in the third week, you're up to $5.20. And by the end of a year, at the 52nd week, you are now making $266 a week passive. That's a week. That's over $1,000 a month that you now, like if you just quit investing after a year, this $266 would still come into you week after week, month after month. But this is where it really gets exciting, guys. Let's say that we let that compound for 3 years. I want you guys to take a guess. Anybody in the chat, real quick. In fact, I might even do a little prize. Hopefully nobody cheats. There's a few people in the chat that might know the answer because they've heard me say it. So please, if you know the answer, don't participate. But for those of you that are watching that don't know the answer, what do you think this is going to turn into after it compounds for 2 more years? $20 initial investment, $75 a week investing for 36 months, compounding at 3% a week. What's that going to turn into? Anybody got any guesses? Let's see if we can get anybody to guess in there. We find any winners in the chat. Like I said, there might be a little present if somebody does it. Try not. Just guess. Like, don't go use the calculator and figure it out. For those of you cheaters in the group, nobody's guessing. Okay, I'm not going to take all day. I'm just going to do it. Boom. My coffee habit is costing me $251,000. 251 grand. You know what? Like, here, I want to show you guys something real quick. Here's my answer to that. This is my answer to that calculator. Dutch Bros is going to miss me, but I'm not missing out on $251,000 because I drink a bunch of coffee. The other cool thing about this example is, think about this. Let's say that you put your 20 bucks in, and instead of drinking coffee or smoking cigarettes, or you quit drinking, quite as much beer, or you went out to dinner just a little less often. And let's just say that I'm wrong. I think this thing has longevity. I think it's going to be around for years to come. But let's say I'm wrong. And a year from now, it goes kaput, and you lose every penny that you invested. Remember, in a year, you invested $3,900. Or excuse me, is that only 6 months calculated? It's 1 year. Oh, no, I don't know why this was show. Oh yeah, there it is. 3,900 invested. Your whole 39 went down the drain. You're no worse off than you were. You just missed out on a little bit of coffee, or a little bit less pizza, or a little less alcohol. Like, you don't even have to invest money into this that you're using for your bills and that you're using for your main life. You could just, lower your going out to eat money a little bit. So at the end of a year, if it went under and you never made a penny, your whole 3,900 was still in the platform, you never withdrew a penny, what did it really cost you? So, you can really work with this thing almost risk-free. Yeah, it would suck. Nobody's going to be happy about the 3,900 being gone. But my point is, don't invest money that you're so emotionally attached to that you're going to be throwing up sick if something does go wrong. Like, I believe with all my heart that this is an incredible investment, a great platform ran by incredible people. And I believe it's got some really good long-term longevity. But those of you that have been around the channel for a while know I ain't perfect. You know that I've picked some stinkers. I'm the first one to admit it. But I really believe that we have something powerful and amazing here. And so what I really invite you to do right now, I think this part was just so cool. Go click on my link in the description. And I'm going to post this in the chat, but I want to really be careful here. If you were invited by somebody other than me, don't you dare go use this referral link. I will be very, very unhappy if somebody comes, hey, I had a guest on your video and they went and they enrolled underneath you instead of me. It's unacceptable. And if I find out about it, I'll get you moved. You will not stay directly under me. Believe me, if you're on this YouTube video right now, there's a 99% chance that you're probably on my team. If you go enroll and Lonnie invited you, you go enroll under Lonnie, you're still a part of my team. I'm still going to be there to help you. I'm still going to be there to answer questions and talk to you and share, if you've got prospects, people that you're sharing this with, and you need a three-way call, you need an expert to answer some questions, I'm going to be there no matter where you are. If you're on Polar Ken's team, you're going to be, on my team. So just please do not use this link to go and enroll unless you know me through the YouTube channel here, or unless I personally invited you to this call. But this link is in the description, and it's also now right here. So if you like what you've seen and you want to create an account, go create your account. But then immediately when you're done creating your account, go down to the bottom and create your landing page. Get on here and go to the bottom and click, get my site, and go create your landing page. And then make sure that you copy these 3 links someplace so that you can start sharing them out with people that you love and care about. All right, guys, that's it. An hour and 10 minutes, not too shabby. 5-minute intro. So really an hour and 5 minutes. I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty proud of myself to be able to go through all of this that fast. So that wraps it up. I'm done. If you guys have any questions about anything that we've talked about tonight, now's the time. Yeah, my son gets some OT. He's got an account. So part of the reason I'm glad that he was on here, I'm hoping that he paid some attention, because he's had an account for about a month and a half and he hasn't added any funds to it yet. I'm hoping after watching this video tonight that he comes out of his bedroom saying, "Hey man, I need to start throwing some more money into my Polar account." And he also has a lot of friends and a lot of people that would really benefit from this. So hopefully, he can hear me. Hopefully he's paying attention. Hopefully he's a little bit more excited and not, it's easy to be a little bit scared to share with people. And you're a little bit afraid, what if it goes wrong, and all of those kinds of things. So I understand, but I hope that after being a part of this presentation and seeing all of this, that he will be a little more excited to invest some more of his own money and to share this with some of the people that he cares about. Anybody in the chat got any questions? I know we've been going for a while. It's, after 1 a.m. if you're on the East Coast time. So I want to wrap this up quickly if there's nobody with any questions, but I also don't want to leave if you got questions. There's no stupid questions. There's no question that I would be offended if you ask me. So please, if you have any questions, ask them. If you don't have any questions, hopefully you go get enrolled. And we're here to help you if you need any help funding your account. As I mentioned, that's one, I will share this real quick. This is kind of important. For those of you that are still here, I'm going to assume that you have some interest. So let's say you create your account and now you want to fund it. You're going to go over here to this wallet button. And then you're going to go to this drop-down box and you're going to pick Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, USDT, Solana, whatever you want to do. Let's say it's going to spit out 2 different numbers depending on what you choose. If you choose like USDC, it's just going to be the same amount of USDC that you input. So say that you say 100 here. You want to deposit $100 in USDC. You're going to hit create deposit. It's going to pop up this QR code, and this is the address that you're going to send that $100 in USDC to. I have now sent my accounts money from my MetaMask, from my BY DeFi exchange, and from Coinbase. So it doesn't have to be like a private wallet. My BY DeFi account, is an exchange account, sent it right over, showed up. My Coinbase sent it right over, showed up. My MetaMask sent it over and showed up. Normally it takes, depending on the platform, like Coinbase can take a few minutes to actually send it. MetaMask is quicker, but wherever you send it from, when it hits the account, it's almost instantaneously available right here. This 0 would turn into $100. The other thing that I like about this is, let's say you want to send Bitcoin. You don't have to wonder how much Bitcoin. When you type in 100 and hit create deposit, it's going to give you a Bitcoin address, and then it's going to show you exactly how much Bitcoin to send. And you've got a 2-hour window before this times out. So whenever you're sending with Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Solana, it's going to tell you how much of that asset to send, which makes it pretty darn easy. And then last but not least, I think most of you could figure this out, but once the $100 is here in your balance, all you're going to do to move it over to trading is hit add to trading. And I don't know why it makes you hit add again, but you're going to hit add again. And then, I don't have any balance here, so it's not going to work. But you would type in your 100 here. And well, I guess it will. And then you hit confirm. And when you hit that confirm, boom, it goes into your active trading. And then when you go back home, you would see 0 here. And you would see 90 here. Because remember, it takes 10%. So your 100 would turn into 90 in trading. And the other 10 goes to the license fee. So hopefully that was helpful, folks. I don't see any questions. So with that, I'm going to say good night and God bless to all of you. Appreciate every single one of you for spending your your most valuable resource with us, and that is your time. We appreciate it very much. Again, there's always one last thing I want to do. So for those of you that have been watching this that might want to get in touch with me, this is for something else, but this is kind of my Infinite Crypto phone number. So if you were watching the YouTube channel and you were invited here by me, or you're one of my YouTube community and you've got any questions about this, you want to call me up and get a quick consultation, or as you're adding funds, you want to reach out to me, make sure you're doing everything right, go ahead and call me here or text me at 725-275-8259. 725-275-8259. That's my Infinite Crypto telephone number. And with that, folks, God bless each and every one of you. And we will see you again very, very soon. Murphy Dallas, real quick. Man, I have been lured by most of these platforms. Hey, join the club, brother. I've been burned a bunch of times too. But I love winners never quit and quitters never win. And if you're still dreaming and trying to achieve financial freedom, then man, why not give it a shot? Especially, once again, did you see this? Like, okay, I'm going to show you one last thing. I know I keep saying I'm getting off. My son loves this part because he knows I ain't done. So we'll go back to this calculator. Look at this. I want you to see something here, Dallas. $100. You never make another investment. 0 weekly. You compound it for 3 years. You got 10 grand. You 100x'd your money with an initial $100 investment set to auto compound. You come back in 3 years, and if the platform's still here, you made 10 grand. So once again, the risk versus the reward. Is it worth $100 risk when the reward, if what we're saying is true and it works, is 10 grand? And then you can multiply this out however you want it. Some people can risk 1,000 without it going to break the bank. Guess what? $1,000 turns into $100,000. What if you had 10 grand lying around? And if it went poof and it disappeared, it wouldn't change your life. But you put it in here, never made another investment. In 3 years, that's $1 million. Now, I'm not advocating that strategy. What I would probably do, if you take $10,000 and you put it in for 6 months, it's now 21,000. Why not pull out your 10 grand and then leave the 11,565 that is your profits, 11,565 in for the 3 years. So now you'd be 3.5 years in. But after 6 months, you've got 100% of your money back. And if it goes for another 3 years, you got a little over $1 million. So play around with that calculator. Once again, not financial advice. Make your own decision. Do what your heart tells you to do. But I'm super excited about this, Murphy. And if you jump in, one thing that I can promise you is that I will be here every step of the way to help you and do everything that I can to ensure your success. With that, I really am getting out of here, guys. So have a fantastic night. Thank you. My son Joshua, I love you so much. I know you were tired. I mean, this kid just went in and put a full 8-9 hour work shift in before he got home. So I really appreciate the fact that he hopped on here and was, admin the chat. You guys were incredible. There was no bad chat. I don't think he had to do much. But if you're still watching, son, I love you and I appreciate you. And with that, folks, good night.